walked 2 and struck out 5 Bristol Blues.
Canine faces a Mountaineers lineup coming off a red-hot, powerful night against Sanford, going yard over the right field fence 3 times. And one of those 3 home runs off the bat of Sam Gates, who digs in here to lead off the inning. This is a Vermont lineup full of lefties, kind of contrasts with the Navigators. 3 right-handed hitters, 6 lefties. The opposite for North Shore with only 2 lefties and 7 right-handed hitters.
Gates, one of the 2 starting position players for the Mountaineers from George Washington University, as you mentioned. George Washington, a really strong offensive season in the Atlantic 10 Conference. Hit .289 as a team, and Gates was involved in a lot of that.
One of 3 players from George Washington, of course 2 in the starting lineup, as you mentioned, Augie. The other one being Charlie Rogan, who's on the bench tonight. 2-1 pitch. Gates fouls it back into the protective netting. Got the radar gun working tonight here at the Rec for the first time this season. Get your Canine's velocity after this pitch. He's even at the count at 2-2, looking for his first punch out. This is up high at 92.
It's little things that can always make you happy. The radar gun, something doesn't seem like it might be necessary, but it is a nice touch.
Especially nowadays, a lot of guys want to know their velocities, and knowing it immediately after the pitch, that helps. It's Canine rocks in the payoff. Gates opposite field in the left, and that one's fair. It's down into the corner. Gates headed around first, heading for 2, and the left fielder, Nader Wachter, puts his hands up. That one's out of play, and it's a stand-up leadoff double for Sam Gates.
Well, that's what Sam Gates does in that leadoff spot. Just finds a way to get on base. A full count pitch right there. Takes the fastball from Canine, rockets it in the other direction. It gets caught under the left field wall, so it will only be a double. I think it would have been a double regardless for Gates, but that is a great start for the Mountaineers offense as it turns over to Jalen Hernandez.
Got it stuck in the fence next to the beer garden out in left field over by the foul pole. Reached 307 feet, the dimensions here at the Rec, to left field, 307, 311 to right. Dead center is 420. So you're not going to see too many leave out in that direction. Left center, 347, to right center, 340. Jalen Hernandez up to the plate. He goes opposite field, that one's on the left. Getting the stop sign is Gates, he holds up there, runners on the corners. After Jalen Hernandez's base hit for Conlon Daniel.
Well, that is a nice job of Jalen Hernandez going the other way with the baseball. Now, both Mountaineers have shot the ball the other way, but I also want to highlight the base running from Gates there, making sure that ball gets through. With no outs in the inning, the worst thing you can do is get caught on a line drive and be doubled up at second base. So Gates doesn't score, but he does get to third base. He's already in scoring position. Now he can score from third and doesn't risk a double up there.
Pokes it through the hole between Rickheim and Merritt. So now Conlon Daniel, the recent Cincinnati transfer, one of the few righties in the lineup, takes the first pitch. The off-speed misses, and it's 1-0. Daniel 0 for 4 with a walk in the win over Sanford on Wednesday night, which ended his 6-game hitting streak. He's been red hot to start the year. Hernandez dancing over at first, throw back over from Canine. Something to watch throughout the whole night. Mountaineers team that leads the NECBL in stolen bags per game with 4s. They have stolen 40 bags in 10 games. They're on pace to shatter the league record. Canine's pitch, swing and a miss.
And you talk about Hernandez dancing over there at first base, as you see Gates over at third, but Hernandez at first trying to vault, trying to time up Canine, see if he gets into a rhythm, and if he is in motion towards second base when Canine delivers, he's just going to go.
Canine's 1-1. Daniel chops it back up the middle. It could be 2. No, it's not. It bounces off of the shortstop Rickheim's glove into center field. Hernandez over to third, and Gates comes home to score. Vermont strikes first. Probably wouldn't have been 2 either way. It would have scored a run either way, but nobody out, runners on the corners, and it's 1-0.
Well, that was just one of those examples where Rickheim tried to play that middle hop, and instead of coming and getting it or playing the long hop, it kind of ate Rickheim up and popped off his glove, trickled into center field. Good base running from Hernandez. He did not think about stopping at second base, made it all the way to third, and the runners remain on the corners.
So the first three batters all reach for the Mountaineers, and now Braden Smith, the power hitting third baseman in the cleanup spot, takes the first offering. When you go back to what you were saying, Augie, with the vaulting, this is something Conlon Daniels doing right now over at first. There's Jalen Hernandez on your screen, but something that's been popularized in the MLB this year from Matt Tallarico, the Cubs offensive coordinator. The Cubs lead the MLB in stolen bases per game, and it's a Mountaineers team with Cody Dennis and company leading the way on the base paths. The first base coach, Cody Dennis, trying to popularize that style here in the NECBL. Daniel with a large lead at first. As Kineen comes set. His pitch is outside.
Sengenberger behind the plate for the Navigators does have a really strong arm. So it will be a test if the Mountaineers want to run here tonight. But Kineen at the same time also doing a nice job with a slide step as opposed to his usual high leg kick.
Kineen set in the 1-1. Smith out did the job. Hernandez comes home to score, and it's 2-0 Mountaineers in the first.
Well, Daniel was running with the pitch there, which allows the Mountaineers to stay out of the double play. On the ground ball right to Moriarty, he has to go to first, as that's the only chance to get an out he has. It's a nice job from Vermont using their action on the base pass to their advantage, and they take an early 2-0 lead.
So one out and a runner at second in the bottom of the first, and Conlon Daniel. Addison Ainsworth to the plate, making his second start for the Mountaineers and his first start here at home. Kineen's pitch went around. 0-1. Ainsworth 2 for 5 in his debut against Sanford. Vermont team sitting at 4-6 on the year. North Shore at 4-10. Of course, the Navigators having played 4 more games than the Mountaineers. As Kineen steps off, Daniel head first slide back in the second.
Ainsworth played a big role in Army's season last year. Obviously, they were the Patriot League runner-ups. Ainsworth hit a home run in Game 2 of the Patriot League Finals. Unfortunately, it was not enough.
Fouls that one back. Ainsworth, the second team All-Patriot League player. As an outfielder, hit .293 in his collegiate season. Makes his way up north to Montpelier for the summer. And now Ainsworth down on an 0-2 hole to Liam Kineen from Princeton. Mountaineers plate 2 here in the bottom of the first, trying to expand the lead. On an 0-2 pitch, taking is Ainsworth, and it's 1-2.
I bet these military academy baseball players love the opportunity to go play some summer ball and just go experience a new part of the country that they've never been to before.
Team for Vermont, head coached by Kevin Smith, the former military combat veteran, 22 years lieutenant colonel in the Army after a long career as an MLB associate scout as well, 13 years. He makes his way up north to head coach the Mountaineers for his first season as the bench boss.
Something tells me that might be part of the reason that the Black Knights have such a good representation. Obviously, Ainsworth, Schreck, and then Robbie Penswick, who has not made the trip up yet, but scheduled to be on the Mountaineers roster.
Correct. 1-2 pitch. Able to get a hold of that one. Pops back off the mitt of Aiden Sengenberger. And let's get you the defense tonight for the Navigators. Sengenberger behind home plate. Over at third from left to right in the infield, Alex Merritt. Jack Rickheim at short. Connor Moriarty at second. Brody Dalton at first. The outfield from left to right, Nader Wachter. Brooks Wright is in center. And Ethan Wilson is playing right field. Conlon Daniel at second. 1-2 count. With one out in the inning, Kineen. Long look at Daniel in the pitch. It's 2-2.
Nice at bat from Ainsworth here, fighting off pitches, staying alive, making Kineen have to work. Ainsworth, formerly out of Avon Old Farms. He was from Louisiana, made his way up to West Point.
Count even. That's in there. Called strike 3 on the 79-mile-per-hour off speed in the first punch out of the night for Kineen. He gets Ainsworth.
And that was a sharp curveball right there from Kineen. It froze Ainsworth, who was getting a steady dose of fastballs. Finally elects to go to the 12-6 breaker. Kineen's off-speed pitch, very 12-6 on the rotation. And that was the perfect location, and nothing Ainsworth could do but stare at it.
So he gets Ainsworth on the backwards K. Now Joey Pagano, first pitch swinging foul. Pagano, one of the 3 homers on Wednesday night against Sanford. Pagano marked his first homer of the year alongside of Jalen Hernandez, who had his second. Sam Gates with his first. Kineen, he's set. And the 0-1. Foul back, 0-2.
I like the aggressive approach out of Pagano. Obviously, Ainsworth works a really long at-bat right before you. I think if you're Pagano, you're ready to go. You know that Kineen is feeling good after the strikeout, wants to challenge you. He has, and Pagano has been a little bit late, but in all other facets, he's been ready for it.
Kineen trying to get back-to-back batters with strikeouts. His pitch. One's inside, or did it hit him? It did. It plunked Joey Pagano on the back foot breaker, and he's aboard at first. It's first and second.
And that is just a tough feeling if you're Kineen on the mound right now. You get ahead 0-2 on Pagano. You've worked out of what you thought might be the inning for good, and then you throw what's supposed to be a breaking ball buried, and it ends up hitting the back foot of Pagano. He'll reach base, and it continues here for Ty Acker, the 7th man to come to the plate in the bottom of the first inning.
Acker getting the last couple of nights off as he's in the middle of his skid, but this could end it. In the air to left, and it does. He ends the over with a hit in the left to score Kylan Daniel. It's 3-0. Acker advancing into second on the throw that gets by. Pagano's into third. 3 runs in the bottom of the first for the Mountaineers. They're feeling it at home.
Just like that, Acker makes Kineen pay. The hit by pitch comes back to bite the right-hander. Acker goes the other way. It lands in front of Wachter. Wachter tries to make the play at the plate. The throw a little bit low. Sengenberger can't scoop it. The ball scoots away. And now an error for the Navigators to match the error in the top of the first inning for the Mountaineers. And it's starting to unwind here. Already 3 runs in the bottom of the first.
Acker started the season red hot. He was 7 for 11, but then hit a little bit of an offensive slump as he went 0 for his next 18, but he ends it there with an RBI base hit, getting back into the lineup and getting back into the RBI category as he scores Kylan Daniel as the first 3 batters in the inning reach. They all come home to score. And now the 8th batter in the lineup to the plate, and Thomas Schreck making his first plate appearance as a Mountaineer.
Thomas Schreck also out of Army. No batting gloves for the shortstop. It's all about grit in Schreck's approach. Really sound defender over at short.
0-1, 2 outs in the air to center. Should be playable, and it is for Brooks Wright. In a few steps, makes the catch. But Vermont gets 3 in the bottom of the first as the first 3 batters in the inning reach. They all come around to score as 2 are left stranded on 3 hits. It's a 3-0 game.
Pretty good stuff. It's been since June 10th that he hasn't reached base in a ball game.
First pitch swinging from Gupton, and he drills it to deep center field. Daniel back trying to make the Willie Mays catch, and he's got it! Are you kidding, Kylan Daniel?
And Hansen's all the way back in the batter's box, trying to give himself enough time to wait on a breaking pitch.
There is the breaker, and he turns on one and kiss it goodbye into the parking lot. 3-0 in the blink of an eye. Trevor Hansen, 3-run homer. On a doubleheader on a Sunday evening. About to enter the 8 o'clock hour shortly as Pagano's off. Alvarez swings and laces one into center field. That one's down, and it gets by the center fielder, and Garrity on a weird hop. Pagano's going to score easily. It rolls all the way to the wall. Alvarez digging for third. He's going to get there. Though, and attributed it to that. 3-1 count, one out, runner at first. In the air to center field, ranging back is Daniel to the track, looking up, and it's gone! A 2-run shot off the bat of Herring, and it's 6-4. The home plate umpire by taking a small jog down the first base with the turn. Payoff on the way. This one's hit high in the air to deep right field. No doubt about it. Gone off the bat of Jalen Hernandez, the first of the year for Hernandez and the Vermont Mountaineers, and it's 5-3.